Yo, what's up, Olivia and Annabella? I don't know. I guess I decided to maybe start making these videos for both you girls at the same time because it's all kind of caught up in the same mess. So anyways, I was sitting here today taking pictures of shoes. Putting new shoes out, and gonna do some advertising, try to get some more shoes in. So I know it's weird that I'm putting these videos up for you girls like this, but you know, sometimes life is all kinds of giant just puzzles and twists and turns, and sometimes you just got to do things. It's either you do things and make something happen, or you sit and you talk and you wonder and you think and you imagine and you dream, and all these things never happen. So like the only true way, and that's one of the reasons I make these videos, is because even though this may seem like a really small thing, I'm, you know, shooting a video and uploading it and putting it on, you know, it has huge implications. It's such an easy thing for me to get my phone and do this, and it has huge implications for you girls, because I might not be around. You may be questioning for the rest of your life, where was your dad at? Why didn't he love you? Oh, I loved you, and I wanted you here with me doing this for 10 years. For 10 years, those kids were in this store. Well, not this particular store, it was in another location, but they was here running around with me. And Annabella and Olivia, you guys are supposed to be here too, you know. So like I said, this is all about action. Me shooting these videos and uploading them is just a lesson in taking action in anything. It doesn't matter, like when you have to go to the restroom, you have to go because it causes pain and stuff, but there's still an action. You go. So it doesn't always have to be pain or uncomfortableness that makes us take action. If there's something that, you know, we want to do, we have to take action. This is something I wanted to do, so I took action, and I put this video up here for you guys. Okay, so do things. Don't, you can dream, but you got to do stuff, you know. So I love you guys. All this, every bit of all this was from me making a decision and saying I'm gonna do it and doing it, right? You know, so don't trust people. I've learned that. I don't want you guys to like shut the world out, kind of like I have, because I'm like, fuck it, you know, my whole life I've been in bands, right, as a drummer for the past 30 years. And I realized one day that being a drummer, you put your life in the hands of 5 other people, because as a drummer, you're not going to be in a band if you don't have other guys. So I realized one day I was putting my life in the hands of 5 other people. And that's when I put down the drumsticks and I started writing music. And I said, you know what? I'm 47 years old, and my chances of going on tour and doing something with my music are bigger and better and more in my sights now than they ever were when I had a team. All right. So sometimes you just have to do things on your own and not let people stop you. So I got some customers come in. So I had a customer come in, so I had to cut that video. But what I was saying was I put my life in the hands of 5 other people. And when I put down the drumsticks and I started writing music and my own music that I owned, and I didn't have to worry about anybody else, got everybody else out of my way, things were just worked out better. This business, all I ever wanted, Olivia, with your mom, was a partner in this. All I wanted was somebody to be my cheerleader for this, and my wife, and watch me build this and build it for the family and be a part of it. That's all I ever wanted, you know. And then when your mom and I fell apart, and I met Brandy, you know, Annabella's mom, same thing, man. All I wanted was a partner to do this with, to grow this with, and let our kids grow up and run around in here and enjoy this, you know. And COVID happened, right? COVID happened 2021, and I worked 7 days a week for 3 years straight to keep this place open, because nobody was shopping, you know, just nobody had money. Like, it was all a mess, right? So 3 years of me just 7 days a week here to keep this place open. By the time the world opened back up, I didn't want anybody else here with me. I didn't want any employees. I didn't want any partners, because I was doing it better with people out of my way. And then so now I've kind of secluded myself a little bit because I had a band, and I went out and did a bunch of shows and traveled and all this stuff. And as I grew my music, and now where I'm at now, I'm kind of like, I don't even want the band right now. Because I don't want people in my way. I don't want to have to be calling people and worrying about if they can come to practice, if they can come to rehearsal, if they can come to shows, all this stuff. People will slow you down and get in your way, and they'll try to talk you out of doing something big and great. And if you can find a team and you can find a partner, man, you go right ahead. Just be careful, because they will take from you and they will steal from you. You'll wake up and you'll have nothing there one day. But if you can find a team and a partnership, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Or you end up just like, like where I'm at now is like I own the place, and I've got a few employees under me. They don't work here. I don't want anybody working here with me. Got some other employees that work at the warehouse and stuff, but if you want to be a leader and have a team, that's okay. But to have a partner in what you're doing and to trust somebody and put your life in the hands of somebody else, this is all the things I could have taught you on a daily basis, and I don't want you to think I'm secluded. I don't have anybody, because I have a lot of people in my life, but right now I'm pushing everything to the side so I can try to move forward and get somewhere to a better level, to where when you're old enough to speak for yourself, I'm coming for you. So I thought the mailman was going to come in. So I guess my point is, take action. Don't let people get in your way. Don't really trust people. And dream big. Don't let people tell you you can't or you shouldn't. You might have a big dream and it might fail, but that failure is going to lead to the next step. And could lead to the next failure, and that could lead to the next step, to the next failure. But you're gonna hit success. You're gonna hit success, man. There's airplanes you see flying in the sky that crashed. A ton of those things learn how to figure that out. These cars were not this safe when they took a lot of car crashes to figure stuff out. Buildings fell down, hundreds of years ago all the time. Elevators, people died in elevators when they first made elevators because there was failures. Okay, so take failures as lessons, and don't be too hard on yourself, and don't let people get in your way. Don't let people talk you out of your dreams. All right. So, I love you guys. It's not going to be long, man. It's not going to be long. I think Olivia, 5-6 years, I might even come for you before you get these videos, see these videos, or I could die. That's why I'm making these videos. So, once again, they told a whole bunch of lies about me. They stole all my kids. I could have fought, but I just had. Your mom said a couple things to me that freaked me out. They was already trying to put me in prison for something I didn't do. I was innocent, and I knew that the system is corrupt and dangerous to fight and to play with, so I just kind of didn't want to go to prison, because if I would have went to prison an innocent person, I would not be good for anybody. Like, none of this would exist. Like, and so then you become of age, you're like, where's my dad? Well, he's in prison for something that he didn't fucking do, but he's in prison. So you know what? It's like, okay, what's better? What's better for Olivia? Is it better for like me just to say, look, they put me through a lot. They falsely accused me of shit. They told me I was doing 15 years in prison, just scare tactics, whatever. But then I was like, oh no, it's not true. But I just figured it was better for me to build my life and build something great. So when you're old enough to speak for your mind, so you're not young enough for them to manipulate your mind. Because I might have said this in other videos, but if you got a young child, you think about it, I don't know how old you are, but if you got a young child that's 4 or 5 years old, six, maybe a 6-year-old. I'm not a psychiatrist, but if you told a younger toddler that there's a purple elephant next door in Cricket, they're going to believe it. They're going to believe you. Like if I told my 4-year-old daughter, 3-year-old, there's a purple elephant next door in Cricket, I could convince her that there's a purple elephant next door in Cricket. If I take that toddler over to Cricket and there's no purple elephant, I can convince that child that there was a purple elephant there and now it's gone. And I'm telling you the reason I know that is because when they was stealing my daughters from me, I snuck in to the psychiatrist's office, who was my daughter's psychiatrist. Didn't really sneak in. I told him I made an appointment under Bradley Allen instead of Brad Heid. And so when I got in there, she's like, oh, you're Nevaeh's dad. I'm like, yeah, bitch. Why the fuck you guys stealing my daughter? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I believe that Nevaeh's suffering from something called psychosis, which her reality isn't the real reality. Like what she thinks happened might not have really happened. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And then she told me the purple elephant story. The psychiatrist did. A trained psychiatrist told me that purple elephant story, but she used the lobby. I was in her office and she said, if you told a child there's a purple elephant in the lobby out there, they would believe it. If we then took the child out there, like Nevaeh, she was even talking about Nevaeh at the time, and Nevaeh was 10? So now I think about it, she's saying that you could tell a 10-year-old that there's a purple elephant out there. And if you go out there and the purple elephant's not there and you told the 10-year-old that there was a purple elephant out there, she would believe you. Her psychiatrist told me this. Okay? So that's where that whole story came from. And my whole point is, you as a baby, and your mom said some weird shit to me and made me totally think that if I was anywhere around you, that it was just a matter of time before she made false allegations against me, just like they did. And that's what I mean by I would have been no good in prison, because if they're ganging up on me like that and telling lies, you ever heard of Salem witch trials? Look up Salem witch trials. I don't know if they're still teaching that shit in school now, but you go look up the Salem witch trials and you see what they did to women when they ganged up on them. And I've called this from the beginning, from 2015, it's 2024 now. I've called this from the beginning, 2015, that this is a modern day Salem witch trials hunt. It's what they're doing to men. So I didn't want to get caught up in that, because I knew I could make something of my life. And I knew that there was avenues and there was technology for me to reach you, Olivia, and tell you the truth about this stuff. And I'm not trying to rock your world and change your life and blah, 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 but they did this. They did this. Your mom and your grandparents. I have sent your grandparents the proof that nothing happened in Nevaeh. The police reports that says there was no indication of any kind of abuse. I've sent your grandparents the lie detector test that I passed. I have sent your grandparents birthday cards for you. Okay? So they did this reckoning to me. And I could sit here and be quiet and let you wonder where your dad's at. But as you can see, I've chosen not to do that. I've chosen not to do that. So, and Olivia Annabella, all of this goes for you too, honey. You know, and I started this Olivia page, you know, before all this happened with your mom and I. So, you know, I love you, Annabella. You're so special. Like, oh my gosh, you're such an amazing human being. So I'm going to be completely honest with you, Annabella. The reason I don't speak as much to you as I do to Olivia, I guess, is because I don't really have much good to say about your mom. Your mom, like I've said before, your mom is an amazing, strong woman that no one will stop. Your mom, Annabella, is a freight train coming through a city, and they hear her coming, and she's blowing through that thing, and they're going to know she's came by. And I respect that. I respect your mom. Your mom was a hustler, and I wanted a partner, you know what I mean? So, like, that was cool, you know, but she is rough and she is tough. Her and Shelby are from two different worlds, let me tell you, okay? And Shelby never did anything to me other than not fucking believe me and try to set me up, I feel like, with Olivia, and try to maybe get her taken away from me and me sent to prison or whatever. You know, she was pissed off. I went a little crazy when they stole my kids. Your mom and I, Olivia, we were married, and I went a little crazy because they stole my kids and they told me I was going to prison. I hadn't done anything wrong. I mean, it was horrible. And so yeah, I did go crazy, and your mom left. So it is what it is. I don't blame her, you know. But Annabella, your mom is a firecracker. Your mom is like that big firework that goes up in the sky and boom, and it shakes the ground, Annabella. Like, so, and I love you, and I love your mom, you know, and you, me and your mom could have been a power couple, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and your mom could have been like, could have owned everything that we wanted to own together. You know, that's your mom, Annabella. But the thing is that she had this other side of her where she was a darker person who had hustled, and she had been a dancer for 13 years, you know, and she had been abused as a child. She was different, and her loyalty was here. That's what it was. She didn't trust that people had her back and people was there for her, and so she was always looking for a back door out, or you know, she was looking for that next place to be, that next state to move to, that next group of people to get in with. And she didn't really take from people because she worked and hustled for her stuff, but she was a control freak, and it's hard for her to stay in one place for a long time. So I guess that's like I said, we could have owned the world together, and we was happy, and we had a lot of fun. So, but she did a lot of dirt to me, you know what I mean? A lot of dirt, shit that Shelby would never. The things that Brandy did to me were things that Shelby would have never, ever in a million years even thought of doing to me, you know? And so I don't want to hurt you, Annabella, by every time getting on a video having to say that, you know? I love you. I love you, Annabella. I'm gonna see you one day. Promise you that.